Is it on? Oh, you're going to close the door? Okay. Hi, welcome, mighty companions. Anna Kujawa here. And this is our Monday Night Miracles session. And I start off all my classes with an opening meditation. Today I'm just going to do it for just 2 minutes, make it really short because tonight's section is really long. And I really want to get through the whole thing. So let's just take 1 or 2 minutes and bring our minds here where we are, and allow our minds to rest back in the moment, and we'll get into the section. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a breath. Awesome, and just breathe and become present. Present. Just let go of your day. Let go of everything that happened up until this moment now. And allow your mind to come back home and land softly in this perfect, precious moment now. And feel this moment. And breathe and let it go. Anything that you may be holding on to, any fears or worries, concerns or plans or fantasies, just let it go. Lay it aside for a few moments so that you can put your mind on the truth that is now, that is eternal, that keeps you safe and at peace forever. Who and what am I now? And breathe. Let it go. And tell your frantic mind, it's safe. You're safe. You're safe to relax right now. You're safe. It's safe to relax right now. And just for a couple of moments, are you willing to allow your mind to rest? It has worked so hard for you today. Are you willing to let your mind for just a couple moments just rest? Retire from the world. Retire from planning and defending and worrying, and let it go. The Course in Miracles teaches us to say, I rest in God. I rest in God. And when we rest in God, it's like we are telling God, I trust your truth. I trust that only your loving truth is true right now. And I trust that it sustains me and protects me and fulfills me in all ways. And all I need to do is rest in that. The The truth is true. Only love is real. And all I need, I have right now and forever. There is nothing to fear. This is how we allow our minds to rest in God, in truth. And breathe. And if there's anything that is on your mind that you are having trouble letting go in your faith and love right now, go ahead and hand it over and say to the Spirit of truth and the Spirit of healing within you, take it from me. Decide for peace and truth about this for me. Decide for healing and peace for me. Let me not see this as a sign of sin and death, and let me not use this for destruction. You use it for me, Spirit of truth, to facilitate the coming of peace. And then let it go. And feel the love you are surrounded in. Feel the support that you are being held in. And for just a moment, put your faith in reality, in the loving reality that you are in. That is always true. And say to yourself, comfort your mind by telling your mind, there is nothing to fear because I am sustained by God's love for me. I'm sustained by it. I'm supplied by it. I'm protected by it, and I'm provided by it. And that is the truth. And put your faith in that and rest in that faith. And breathe. And feel what it feels like to feel safe and supported and loved, which is the truth, now and forever. Just take another deep breath and yawn and stretch and bring your awareness back to the room, back to your body, sitting in this chair, in this room, in this place at this time. All right. Okay, welcome. Okay, hello.
How are you?
Good, how about you? Wonderful. Okay. Hi, do you know this guy? You can admit it, you're safe. We won't hold it against you, I promise. We kind of like him. Welcome, what's your name?
I'm Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Okay, so tonight we are in the section called the so-called hero of the dream, chapter 27. In the book that I'm in, the book with the black cover, it is section number 9. If you have the blue cover, you may want to go that one. You may want to go to the table of contents, go to chapter 27, and look to see where the section is. It's called the hero of the dream.
It's like page 585.
Thank you.
the
585 in the blue book.
In the text?
Yep, in the text. 585 in the blue book. Thank you, Dan. All right.
What chapter in the black book?
In the black book is 27:9. Chapter 27, section 9, in the black covered book. All right. And Ryan, if you would like a book to follow along, then I'll have your dad go get one for you. Did you know where they are?
Sorry.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. All right. So, this section is super duper uber deep. All right. And so, Ryan, you must be some kind of brave soul to show up on for this section tonight. And so, I acknowledge you, and if by any chance you don't understand a thing you hear, then just know that then you're doing perfect. You're doing great. None of us really understand what it's saying either. We've just decided that we want what it says and we like its results, so we go with it. A Course in Miracles itself says you may not understand the ideas, you may not welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas may seem very startling, hard to understand. You may find yourself resisting them, and it says that don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is use them, and then you will see that they are true. So A Course in Miracles knows that we're not going to understand completely what it's saying, and it's acknowledging that we're going to have terrific resistance. All kinds of resistance. Resistance comes in all kinds of forms. Falling asleep, not understanding what it's saying, having upset, feeling defensive, all those things. Course in Miracles says, if you have any of those responses, don't worry about it. Don't fight yourself. Just listen for what does make sense. This is for everybody. Only listen for what makes sense to you. Don't focus on what you don't understand. Course in Miracles says, don't focus on what you don't understand. That's just going to increase your feeling of helplessness and frustration, and that's not going to help. Go to the next sentence. Just focus on what you do understand, and even better, focus on what is inspiring to you, what feels helpful to you. Because A Course in Miracles is just saying the same thing in every section, on every page, in every chapter. A Course in Miracles is very holographic like that. In a hologram, you can take a little piece out of that holographic picture, and it has the whole picture in every little piece. A Course in Miracles is just like that. So don't focus on what you don't understand or you have resistance to. Just keep on reading, and what you like and what feels good, focus on that. Write it down. Try to remember that, okay? So this section is very powerful, and just to give you a brief overview of this section is going to tell you exactly why your world is exactly like it is. It's going to give you a picture of the world, the world that is based on and based around bodies. It's going to tell you what the world is. It's going to tell you exactly why your world is exactly like it is. And it's going to give you the key to salvation, the key to changing it if you don't like it. So, Course in Miracles says, if you don't like the way your life is and the way your world is, then there is a way to change it. And the way to change it is to understand, first of all, how it came to be like it is. And once you understand how it came to be as it is, and you take responsibility for it, and you do what this section talks about, then there's no miracle that you cannot have. There's no change that you can't experience that you would like to. All right? So, it's a long section, and you know how I am. I can spend a whole class on a paragraph. So what I would like to do this evening is something different. I would like to read the whole section. And I need you guys to help me, because you know how I am, all right? I'm no Evelyn Wood Course in Miracles teacher, that's for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through it as much as I can, and then after we get to the end of it, then we're going to dive into it and see, what did we just hear? What did that say? What did that mean? And how do I use that? Okay? So follow along with me if you can. If I'm reading and reading and I'm not talking, but you find yourself starting to fall asleep or get distracted, look at what section. Look at the words I'm reading and take note of the words, because those are the words that your ego doesn't want you to hear. And if you want to stay awake, raise your hand and go, I haven't heard a thing you said in 2 paragraphs. Or I just noticed I'm going to sleep and I really want to hear what you're saying. What in the world did you just say? So feel free, if you really want to hear what it's saying to get the power and to get the miracle of it, feel free to raise your hand and just go, I really want to be present, but I'm falling asleep. So, you are safe. Okay?
What's the very first sentence?
The very first sentence is, the body is the central figure in the dreaming of the world. So remember, first it's going to tell you about the world as it is. It's going to tell you what the world is. Okay? And it might be very startling. Don't forget I said that. Now, it says this. So the name of the section is the, quote, hero of the dream. Notice how hero is in parentheses, okay? So it says the hero of the dream. The body is the central figure in the dreaming of the world, okay? What is the world? It's a dream. According to Course in Miracles, what's the central figure in this dream? The body. The body's the star of the show, the star of the dream. There is no dream or world without the body, nor does the body exist without the dream, in which the body acts as if the body were a person to be seen and to be believed. Okay, now I'm going to take a moment and see if I can see my class. Can I? No. All right, I'm going to do that yet. All right. Okay, so it says, what is it? The body is the star of the dream, the world dream, and the dream world doesn't exist without the body. The body acts as if the body were a person to be seen and believed. The body takes the central place in every dream, and the body in the world dream tells the story of how the body was made by other bodies, born into the world outside the body, and how the body lives a little while and then dies to be united in the dust with other bodies dying like itself. In the brief time allotted the body to live, the body seeks for other bodies as its friends and enemies. The body's safety is the body's main concern. The body's comfort is the body's guiding rule. The body tries to look for pleasure, and the body tries to avoid the things that would be hurtful. And above all, the body tries to teach itself its pains and joys are different, which means can be told apart. Okay, did everybody hear the dream? Okay, first of all, what's the world? It's a dream. And who's the star of the dream? The body. And the body, and what's the body up to? The body is all about, it tells the story, I was born by David and Bobby Bank. And then I was born outside their body, and I lived a little while, and then I died, and to be united in the dust with all the other bodies. Okay, this is the body dream, and it's the body is always concerned with one thing. It's safety. pleasure and avoiding pain. That's what the body's all about. Seeking for friends and enemies. And above all, what is the body trying to teach us? That it's trying to teach itself that its pains and joys are different and can be told apart. So here's the body, ooh, I'm trying to get these pleasures and I'm trying to avoid this pain. That's what I'm about all day long. Trying to get some pleasure and avoid some pain. Believing that they're different. Okay? To the body's trying to convince itself its pains and joys are different, but they're not. Why? Because the Course in Miracles says that pain and pleasure have the same purpose. Your body's trying to teach itself that it is real. Mm-hmm. Wow. Both have that purpose. Pain and pleasure, the body trying to teach itself that they are different. But they're not. Because what's the body trying to do all day long? Trying to teach you that it is you, it is real, and that's all there is. That's what you are. That's all that's real. And so all that's important is about the body. You know, the body getting its pleasures and the body avoiding pain. All right. So you got the body takes the central place in this dream. Okay? In what we call the world. The world, according to Course, is a dream. And the body is the star of the dream. It's all about the body. What's my body doing? What's my body have? What's my body get? Is my body getting the pleasures? Is it avoiding pain? What is going on with the body? What a body can have, that's what's worth having. What defines my life? My body. All right, so we're talking about the dream. Now, questions or comments before we go on to paragraph 2?
Well, do you think the body wants to be front and center?
Yes. Yes, the body, here in the world, is all about the body. Okay? And it seems like the body tells us what to feel, and the body tells us who we are, and the body tells us what's happening, and the body tells us what we need. And everything it tells us we need has something to do with the body's protection, pleasure, and pride. That's all it's all about in the world. Okay, so when we talk about the world, that's what we're talking about. And the Course in Miracles says that's a dream. Wow. All right. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Does it sound hard to believe?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. All right. An honest response. All right. Now, here we go. The dreaming of the world takes many forms. Why? Because the body seeks in many ways to prove it is autonomous and real. So what's the body seeking to prove? Hey man, I don't need you. I don't need you, Anna. I don't need you. I'm on my own. I decide what's so. I decide what I need. I decide what you need. I'm autonomous. I'm real. You're not. That's what the body is seeking to prove. Wow. Now, and here's how the body does that to achieve that goal. Well, it puts things on itself which the body has bought with little metal discs or paper strips or plastic, if we're going to be modern, you know. This was channeled in the early 60s. So, so it says little metal discs and paper strips. Nowadays we go plastic, right? Or nowadays, little electronic dots and dashes or little electronic impulses. That's what our money is today, right? It's an electronic impulse. Oh my. What happens if the grid goes down, electricity goes down? So does your money. Wow. So it says, what does the body do to prove that it is autonomous and real? It puts things on itself which it has bought with little metal discs or paper strips or plastic that the world proclaims as valuable and good. Here's some metal discs and some paper strips and some plastic that the world goes, good. This is good. This is valuable. This paper strip, valuable. This metal disc, valuable. This plastic, valuable, is what the body is trying to prove. And it says this, the body works to get these metal discs and paper strips and plastic. The body does senseless things to get the money. And then the body tosses away the money for senseless things it doesn't even want and need, and that it doesn't need and doesn't even want. Wow. Did anybody throw away some metal discs and paper strips and plastic today on some senseless things that you didn't really need or want? Yes, I did. This is what the body is doing, okay? It's using the paper strips and metal discs to buy things to put on it, and it's doing what? And then it works to get the money. It does senseless things to get the money, and then it tosses the money away for senseless things that the body doesn't even really need and the body doesn't even really want. You hear what's going on with the body? You hear what the body's up to? All right. Now, then it says this, because the body's really busy. The body hires other bodies so that the other bodies may protect the body, and so that the body may collect more senseless things that the body can call its own. Whew. All right, body's busy. Then you see what's up to. You see what's good. This is the story of the world, by the way. Okay, you know the story of the world? In the beginning there was light, and then there was earth, and then there was water, and then there was the animals, and then there was Adam and Eve. And then Adam and Eve had a baby, and then that baby grew up and married some other people. Oh, wait a minute, what? How could that be? If Adam and Eve were the first people, and they have a child, and then that child grows up and marries somebody else, and then have babies. Okay. That's the ego story of how the ego was born. This is the real story of the world. This is the real story of the world. All right. Now, then it says this. It says, then the body looks about for special bodies which can share its dream. Notice it doesn't say the body looks around for other special bodies that it could share their dream. The body looks around for other special bodies that can share its dream, okay? Let's be clear. I'm looking for somebody who wants to share my dream. I'll kind of go along with your dream just till, we seal the deal. But then let's get back to what it's really about, my dream, okay? I know in the romantic phase, it seemed like I was being generous and fair, and I was trying to make it about you too, but okay. But that phase is over. Let's get back to what it's really about, my dream. All right, and the other bodies who want to share my dream, my body dream, those are what I call special bodies. So the body's looking for special bodies who would like to share its dream, and then it says, and sometimes the body dreams it is a conqueror of bodies weaker than itself, okay? And sometimes, in some phases of the world dream, the body is the slave of bodies that would hurt and torture it, okay? So that's another thing. Sometimes the bodies are looking for bodies who want to be tortured, and sometimes the body's looking for other bodies who will torture it. How special is that, okay? That's how that occurs, where there are some people in power who seem to want to torture other bodies, and there are some bodies who seem to be the tortured. Aw, how fun! What a fun dream. Okay, that was the end of that paragraph. Quick questions, comments, thoughts? Yes?
I haven't, been privy to the dream concept as much in the last couple of years.
Gotcha.
I don't know how much is covered of that in the book. So I guess my biggest question is, so what is it? If it's just a dream, I mean, what?
Yeah, it is a dream, okay? You know how like when you go to sleep at night, you lay down and you close your eyes and you fall asleep and you have a dream? And it seems real, and it's scary, it's terrifying, it's pleasure, it's scary, pleasure, it's scary. All these crazy things happen, and then you wake up, thank God that was just a dream. Okay. That's what this is, according to A Course in Miracles. So we're talking about, this is the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles. This is the metaphysics, okay? And what is a metaphysics? It's the physics beyond the form, beyond the physical world that you see, okay? What you see as the physical world, well, that's just this much of the light spectrum, okay? Here's the light spectrum, meaning what can be seen. The visible light part, this much. This is what we see, the world of bodies that, bodies that conquer other bodies that are slave to other bodies that born to other bodies, and then they grow, and then they die, and, okay. It's the physical world, and you're not even seeing it correctly. We think we know what we're seeing. We think, oh, this is what I'm seeing, it's real, that's the way it is. That's not the way it is at all. If you could really see beyond the body, beyond the physical physics, you would see something very different. So that means that you're not seeing what really is. And that's what quantum physics really shows us. There's science going, yeah, you're not really seeing what's really there. You're seeing what you expect.
Right.
Quantum physics tells you that, this is not really solid, and you're seeing this because you expect to see that, okay? Course in Miracles is basically saying the same thing, that what you're seeing is a dream. It's not real. It has the same kind of substance as what you dream when you close your eyes at night and dream. And someday, the Course in Miracles says, you're going to wake up, oh my God, that was just a dream. You ever woken up like that and thanked God that was just a dream? You ever had that? We're going to have the same thing here. Now, Course in Miracles says you also don't have to die to do that. It says some people realize that the world is just a dream after they physically die, after their body dies and their spirit goes up, they go, oh, that was just a dream. Some people realize that it's just a dream through the Course in Miracles. Some people go, oh, gotcha, okay, that makes sense. Now it all makes sense. When you apply the idea or the metaphysics that this is just a dream, like quantum physics tells us what we see is just a wish fulfilled, then you can also wake up without dying physically. That's what I'm going for. I don't want to wait till my body dies to get this, right? So you can get it from here, right now. Okay. So, then, is any other questions? Thank you, Terry, for asking that question, for mentioning that. Yes.
Well, then, are there going to be people that die that think the dream is real, and after they die, still think the dream is real?
Sure.
And then what do you think happens then?
Okay. Well, some possibilities are, one, they can still hang out here in their etheric body and just be confused and, we call them ghosts. There are some, but if there are some beings who still want the dream, still think the dream offers them something, still thinks they are a body, well, those folks then come back into a body. Okay, so we're talking about the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles says, look, it doesn't matter whether you believe in reincarnation, it doesn't even matter, that's not important. What's important is that you understand that the body is not the beginning, and birth is not the beginning, and death is not the end. So if you leave your body, but you still think that the body's where it's at, and it's going to get you what you want, then you're going to be born again into another body. But from all the near-death experience stories that I've read, what it seems like is even if you don't know the truth, the metaphysical truth, that you still have a glimpse of it, and you still have an opportunity, because what? Because there you are, your consciousness is still there. There's your body. You're like, oh, wait, what? You know, wait a minute. I'm still here, but my body's laying there broken and dead. So there is a glimpse. There is an opportunity where the soul could go, oh, I'm not a body. I get it. And that's why I study near-death experience stories, is because what they realize and remember once they've left their body, when their body died, is what I want to remember now. What they've experienced on the other side of the body, where they realize they're not a body, that's what I want to learn now. You know, and so that's why I love those stories, and I read those books all the time. I love them because they all go, oh, we're not our bodies. Oh, we're deathless, timeless spirits that, you know, are free. Well, that's what I need to remember, okay? Because thinking this is all there is and being lost in the dream, the body dream, all there is the body and what the body wants and what the body can have and all the body needs, that's what I need, and the body is me, and if the body is hurt, I'm hurt, and if the body dies, I die. That dream is a drag.
Mm-hmm.
That belief is a freaking drag. But when you are here, still in a body, but you know that you're not limited to or by the body. You know that if the body dies, you don't die. You know if your loved one's body dies, they don't die. Let me tell you, that makes things a lot better. It makes being here a lot better. It's a lot less fear. So much less fear. And that's what I'm going for. You know, while I'm here, I want to know that this is not me. I'm not limited to or by this, and neither are my loved ones. So chill out. So relax and enjoy. If you believe you are a body that is going to die, and if you believe that your loved ones are just a body that's going to die, you're going to be scared to love. You're going to be terrified to love because you'll be terrified to lose. You'll be terrified to love because if you love fully and their body dies, then what happens? Then your love dies too. So if you believe you're just a body and you believe they're just their body, you're going to be terrified to love. And so every time love comes close, you're going to sabotage, 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 sabotage. Sabotage, sabotage. And then you'll say, I'm really not good at relationships. I have problems. I have relationship issues. Love comes close and I freak out. I act like an idiot. Why do I do that? Well, because you think you're a body and you think they're a body. So you're afraid of love. But you're not afraid of fear. Right? And so we call to fear with love and we react to love with fear. Course in Miracles says our reactions are completely opposite. Fear comes close, we respond with love. Oh, they love me. They want to choke me to death, but they love me. They want to choke me because they love me. And then here comes love. I love you, I free you, I accept you unconditionally. And we're like, you don't really love me. Anybody recognize that?
In addition to the after-death experience, not only realizing you're not a body, but every story I've ever heard always talks about, and the peace, if I could only explain it.
Yes.
I didn't want to come back here. I had to be talked into coming back
Exactly. Absolutely. They all report a level of peace and joy that they literally cannot describe. They tried for the rest of their life. They did not want to come back, even if they had young children.
Yes.
So that's how good it is.
Yeah,
That's how good it is.
I've never known anybody who had
I haven't.
post-death experience until just 2 weeks ago.
Really? How
This gentleman I had
interesting
just
timing.
met, yeah, and he had had a severe heart attack, and without getting into the whole story, he said one thing that struck him is he saw colors that he had never seen.
Yes, I hear that report all the time. They say they see and experience colors and music that they've never heard or seen on Earth. Can you imagine? I mean, we're so arrogant. I've seen all the colors.
Yeah.
I've heard all the music there is to hear. We don't know. Remember, the light spectrum is this. Visible light spectrum that we see is that. When you leave your body, you see. You know, you see all the things that there are to see that you never saw because you were looking with the body's eyes. You know, and the body is an extremely limited, you know, obscuring piece of mud. Of course, calls it a pile of dust and water.
Mud.
That we lavish love on. Oh, we lavish love on it. We just lavish it. And did you hear the part about we put things upon our bodies? I love it. It puts things on it. It puts things on itself which it has bought with little metal discs and paper strips the world proclaims is valuable. It works to get that money to put things on its body. You know why the Course says that the body puts things on itself? Why the body decorates itself? It says that we are using money to buy things to put on our body so that we can dress up the bait. We dress up the hook with bait to catch a bigger fish to house our specialness in better style.
To have a better dream.
And then exactly, so we can have a better dream, a better body dream. So it's referring to the body as a hook.
This is news.
I know, yes. It's like,
Better body.
I got this hook. I need to dress it up real nice with some really nice expensive bait called clothes and jewelry so that I can attract a bigger fish to house my specialness, my body, in better style. Isn't that crazy? Wow. And I'm willing to go into debt for that. Wow. Willing to go into debt to buy things with the money that I've earned to put on my body, to draw to me somebody who'll be attracted to a body with nice clothes. So that why? So that they can join my dream. Make my life, you know, real. Wow. Hardcore. Now do you understand why this room is not full of people? Does that make sense? You see, most people are not very happy to hear this. What'd you say about my body? What'd you say? You just said my whole life was like,
Yeah,
ridiculous.
We like our stuff.
Exactly. I worship the body. Man, I'm busting my butt out there going into debt to get things for my body. What do you mean? That's not very positive. I don't like A Course in Miracles. It's so negative. I'm going to go find some other very positive thought system, church or whatever. No, it's very positive and nice. Nice. Nice truth.
So we come back, I thought, to learn more.
Right. Ultimately, to learn the truth about yourself. You're not a body. You are a spirit. Deathless, timeless, limitless, free, guiltless, sinless, an idea in the mind of God. Okay. Now, the opposite of what I just said is I'm a body. This is who I am. Everything it needs, I need. If it dies, I'm going to. So I better get what I can while I can before I die. Have a nice day. And if you try to take my Nike sneakers, I will kill you. All right. Now,
It's so true. All of this is so true.
you hear about that? You hear about Black Friday? Black Friday, the biggest shopping day. People die.
Yes.
I
got trampled.
Stampedes. Yeah, people die on Black Friday because people will stampede and trample over people and kill them to get Nike sneakers for half off. That's so crazy. This place is. Okay. Thank God it's just a dream. Thank God it's just a dream. Thank God it's just a dream. All right. Now, here we go. Ready to hear more of this fun, positive stuff? Okay, here we go. The body's serial adventures from the time of birth to dying is the theme of every dream the world has ever had. Okay, so what is the world? It's just like what do you call them on TV where it's like a series? What do you call them? on TV, you know.
Soap opera.
It's like a soap opera, but it's like, you know, in this episode, we find the body being born. And here we go. Now, stay tuned for the next episode where the body starts grade school. All right. Stay tuned to the next episode where this body named so-and-so goes to high school. And then on and on and on. Each episode is a different point in the life of the body's serial adventure. Right. And that's what we call on TV, series. And it's all about the body. Well, now, today the body's going to school, and today the body's going to go out on a date, and then today the body is going to be sick. Today the body dies. No, today the body is born. The serial adventures of the body from birth to death is the theme of every dream the world has ever had. The so-called hero of this dream will never change, nor will its purpose. So it's like watching a series on TV and the star is always the same. There's only one star. Can you imagine watching a TV series and it's only one star? One main character. And it's the body. And then it says, though the dream itself takes many forms and seems to show a great variety of places and events wherein its so-called hero finds itself, the world dream has but one purpose, taught in many ways, and the single lesson that the body dream is trying to teach again and again and still again and yet once more is this, that the body is the cause and not effect, and you are the body's effect, and you cannot be its cause. No matter what the body's doing, where it goes, and who it knows, and what it wears, and what it does, it's born, and then it lives and thrives, and then it dies, and da-da-da-da-da. Or all of the what? All of the places and events that the body finds itself, it all has one purpose in this body dream called the world. And that is that the body is you. The body calls you. It was first and you were second. First the body's born, and then there you were after. Wow. And what else? That you are its effect. It made you. Not the other way around. The body made you. You are the body. What it is you are. What it does you do. What it has you have. When it dies, you die. When it's born, that's when you came to be. That is the sole purpose of the world dream. That's its sole purpose, to teach you. Are you about to fall asleep? Are you okay?
No, I'm just...
And what?
It's like the purpose is what?
Yes. Okay.
I mean, I get it.
Yes.
I study, a lot of truth teachings. I'm really into Abraham Hicks, and it's the same. They say, when you croak, because they make light of it, because there's no such thing as death.
Right.
But I get all this, and I'm like, so why the heck am I here?
Right. That's a great question. That's a great question. And it's just like what you were saying earlier. You are here to learn that you are not your body. You're here to learn that you existed before your body and you will exist after your body. That's not your identity. That's not your power. It's not, its needs are not your needs. The body's needs are not your needs. The body can't really tell, to the body, there's no difference between pain and pleasure. They're the same. So that's why we're here, according to A Course in Miracles. Does that make sense? Okay, gotcha. Do you see, does it make sense
Why would a soul on the other side ever want to come back?
That's a very good question.
It's like a
Question in the back, why would a free, limitless, deathless, timeless soul want to come into a body? That's a very good question. Yes, and I'm going to answer that, right, with his question, whatever that is. Todd's going to answer it, exactly.
Well, I don't know why I got this somewhere along the line of 20 years of studying the Course, but we're here, I think, because we feel guilty that we separated from God.
Well, there you go. Dodd answered it. Yes.
We're here because we
Feel guilty that we separated from God and we fragmented out into a gazillion different individual souls, and we're hiding that on the planet Earth because of our guilt, and we're here today, and we're not really guilty.
Yes.
You can say it more eloquently, I'm sure, than I can, but
I did it pretty good. And you're going to hear the answer here, how it happened. You're going to hear in this section how could it have ever occurred? But the truth is that the Course in Miracles says you only come here if you are wanting to try to experience what it would be like to be separate and to die and to have need and to have lack. And that could only be because you don't feel like you deserve the ecstasy and the abundance and the eternal life that you had.
But we have there's more people on the planet now than there ever has been in all time.
Mm-hmm.
This planet.
Right. Thank you, Julie. Yes.
It's the only planet I know that there's life on, so.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure there's thousands
I
of
read a
other
lot of teachings and channelings that say that's because we're the Earth is reaching a point of what's the word of critical mass, where there's a grand awakening. You know, and the Course in Miracles calls it the Great Awakening or the Great Speed Up. You know, and that I've heard other teachings saying that there's a lot of souls who want to be here on the earth at this time because they answered a call that went out from the earth that said, help! It's time for us to wake up! Anybody who wants to come help us wake up, please be born here and help us wake up. Help us to make this shift, this critical mass where the scales go from like this, where it's ego, and then it goes, boing, you know, where it's spirit, God, truth. So
if you had a choice we're getting it, right, in class, we're getting what's going on, we know that there's something else on the other side, there's no death.
mm-hmm.
I would like to go now. I don't understand. Why do I have to hang around?
We have somebody who's antsy to go.
Okay, but
yes, well, I agree. I feel the same way.
if someone came
I
and
know.
said, a being
And I'm not
said,
suicidal.
no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's not what I
Right,
mean.
right, right.
You can go right now.
Yeah.
We're ready. Would you like to transfer to what's all eternal, all that you've studied? I
Yes.
would be, yes.
And like we were saying earlier, you don't have to die to do that. You know, that's the good news. You don't have to die to do that, and you know, but knowing that
Because
you
there's no
don't have to
death, so-
fear worrying about death.
Yeah.
You know, it takes all the fear of death away. And of course, in Miracle says you don't understand in all of your fear of death. You're really calling to it. And so, if you don't have a fear of death, then there's no need to call to it. So you'll be here whatever time you need to be here to learn what you got to learn. So that maybe you graduate and you don't have to come back if you don't want to.
You can't necessarily speed up the process then to go to where there's eternity. I mean,
Right.
it is eternal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't-
can't
yeah, you don't wanna
cross to
Yeah.
the other levels or
Right.
whatever to learn more. Like the person that's about to talk about seeing those colors
Yeah.
and sounds, because I've read that too in your intro, and there's things we've never
Mhm.
heard. We can't, and I can't even conceive of it. I go, what?
I know.
How can you can't think about
You
for
can't.
this?
And the Course says, don't worry about that. Just focus on what you can do right
Do
now.
Okay.
And that is, remember the truth about yourself. And remember the truth about what you're seeing. Remember, this is a dream, and it's all about the body. And that's not you. And there's more to life than the body and all the body's serial adventures from birth to death. You know, learn who you are beyond the body. That's the way to spend your time wisely here. Learn that, you know. In other words, do things that help you to free your mind from the belief that you're just limited, stuck in a body that dies, that needs a bunch of stuff. Have you ever noticed how high maintenance the body is? Wow. It's body's always needing something. The body's always, it's like we're living in a dream where it's all about the body. My body needs some food, and then my body needs some shelter, then my body needs some sex, and then my body needs some new clothes, and my body needs some money, and my body needs a dinner. My body needs to go to dinner. My body needs to go to dinner. That's weird. My body needs to go to the doctor. My body needs to go to the dentist. is all about the body. You know, and so of Course in Miracles is saying, here's something that you can put your mind into that's not about the body. It's about something bigger and better that, you know, it doesn't cost anything, no maintenance, you know. So, how about that? All right, here we go. Now, then it says, the whole purpose of the one purpose taught in many ways, the single lesson the body's trying to teach again and still again and yet once more is that the body is the cause and you are its effect. That's what it's trying to teach. The body is who you are, and you're just the unfortunate side effect. That's what the body's trying to teach in all the ways. Now, that says, thus, are you not the dreamer? You're the dream. And as the dream, not the dreamer, you wander idly in and out of places and events which the body contrives. That this is all the body does is true. Because the body is but a figure in the dream. So what is the body really? It's just a figure in the dream. It's trying to tell you you're just a figure in the dream. You know, the body's like this. I'm real, I'm autonomous, and you are my creation, you are second to me, and you do what I say. And you are what I am. Anybody recognize that? Okay, that's the purpose. But the body is just a figure, really, just a figure in a dream. But who reacts to figures in a dream unless he sees those figures as if those figures were real? The instant that you see the figures in the dream, the instant that you see the bodies in the world as they are, then the bodies in the dream, in the world, have no more effects on you. Why? Because you understand now that you gave all these bodies their effects by causing all these bodies and making these bodies seem real. Okay, so what are we suffering from here? All the effects of the things the bodies do have on us. Okay? That's what we're suffering from. That person's body, and it did something to my body. And that person's body is making this effect on my body. That's what we're suffering from. That it is acting upon us. As if the things happening in the world are causing my experience, causing me. Gotcha? Now, then it says that once you see them as they are, then they have no more effects on you. So, is there anything going on in your life right now that seems like it's having a negative effect on you? That you would like to go, I don't want that to be having that effect on me anymore. This is the way to do it. Once you see that thing in the world, that body, that form, once you see it as not causing you, once you see it as just a figure in your dream, and you see it as it is, now it has no more effects on you. So that job problem, that relationship problem, that irritating person, that irritating relationship, that disease that's going around about the body, that's just a figure in my dream. That's a figure in my dream. That's what that is. It didn't cause me. I caused it. Now, according to this, when you see it as it is, it has no more effects on you. Wow. So here's how you stop feeling like the victim, a helpless victim, at the effect of everything in your world. It's how you stop feeling powerless and weak and hence angry. Wow, no more grievances. Already. And the crowd yelled and screamed with joy when they heard about how to be free and powerful again. All right.
What do we do with all that joy?
Exactly. I said, they can't even hear me because they're screaming with so much joy at hearing how they're really the powerful one in this seeming conflict. Okay. Oh, that is nice. That was it. Okay.
body says I gotta go do stuff.
Exactly. My body tells me it's time to eat. And when is this class over? Good. 30 minutes. Okay. 30 minutes. Oh my God. I am hungry. My body tells me it's time to eat. And when my body tells me time to eat, it's time to eat. Because when my body speaks, I listen. What is that?
Listen to your body.
Yes. What was the investing company that said when so and so speaks, I listen? Who was that? E.F. Hutton. Right. When E.F. Hutton speaks, I listen. When my body speaks, I listen. Right.
Never too rich,
Yeah.
never too thin.
Yes.
Remember those words?
Yes.
God.
Exactly.
Drummed into us.
Exactly. In other words, I'm acting just like my body is me, and it tells me what to do and what to feel and when to do it and when to feel it. It tells me when I need something. It tells me what I need to go buy for it. And I go, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I never go, you know what? That hunger that I'm feeling right now, even though I just ate 2 hours ago, is my ego feeling threatened. And ego, you are not me. You don't tell me. That's you feeling threatened. You don't want to hear the truth. You don't want me to hear that I am your source. I am your master, and not the other way around. Your ego doesn't want you to hear that. So as soon as you start to hear this truth, the ego's like, I'm busy, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I have things to do, I am very busy, da 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 da, blah blah blah, I need, so I need to be maintained. So we're learning how to, that, hey, the body is the effect and we are the cause. The body's been trying to teach us through the world and through the millennia of the world and the body that it is the master. It's the source, and we are the effect. So we are learning differently through A Course in Miracles. Now, here we go. Then it's asking us a question. It says, how willing are you to escape effects of all the dreams the world has ever had? Okay. How about I ask it like this? How willing are you to escape the effects of all the nightmares the world has ever had? I'll ask it again. Is it your wish to let no nightmare, body dream appear to be the cause of what it is you do? Is it? Okay, well, if it is, then let us merely look upon the dream's beginning. Because the part you see, that's the second part of the dream, whose cause lies in the first. So, here's how it goes. What are we going to do? We're looking at the dream's beginning. How did the dream begin? Just like you were asking, Terry. How did the dream begin? How did this happen? How did this dream, where the body is the only real thing and we are its helpless victim, slave, how did that come about? Let's look about the beginning of this dream/nightmare. Okay, here's how it goes. Because nobody asleep and dreaming in the body world remembers their attack upon themselves. Nobody here asleep dreaming this dream remembers that they attacked themselves. And then the dream occurred. Nobody asleep and dreaming remembers that they attacked themselves, and then this dream came into being. Okay? Then it says, what we're saying here is that nobody even believes there really was a time when they knew nothing of a body. Nobody even believes there was ever a time where we could never have conceived a physical world as real. And we would have seen at once that these ideas are one illusion, which means too ridiculous for anything but to be laughed away. We don't remember that there was a time where if somebody had said, a physical world of bodies that born and die and have a lot of lack and need, and it's all about getting for the body, that's, and then there's never enough and blood and need, and then you die. Nobody remembers there was a time you'd go, what? Oh my God, that's horrible. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Who would say yes to that? nobody remembers there was a time when we would have laughed. Okay, right, okay. We aren't even laughing now. That's for sure. I don't remember a time when I would have laughed, and I am not even laughing now. So, it says, now, how serious it now appears to be, and no one can remember when it would have met with laughter and disbelief. That's true. I do not remember that time. Because right now, it appears real serious. Okay? It says, now, but we can remember this if we but look directly at the world's cause. And when we look directly at the world's cause, then we will see the grounds for laughter, which means not a cause for fear. So let us return the physical dream that we gave away unto the dreamer. Let's return the physical dream we gave away and projected back to ourselves, the dreamer, us who perceive the physical world dream as separate from ourselves and done to us. Okay? The world that you see as done to you, the world you see as happening to you, of course says that's a dream you gave away. That's your idea. That was your fantasy that you gave away. That's not my dream. And now it's all happening to me. I'm just the victim. I'm just the victim of what's happening to me in the world. It says, let's return the dream of the world back to the dreamer. Back to the dreamer. And then it says, okay, and once we do that, we're going to see grounds for laughter. Now, here's how it occurred. Everybody ready? Once upon a time, this is how the dream began. Once upon a time, into eternity. What's eternity? Where all is one. There crept a tiny, crazy idea at which we, the children of God, forgot not to laugh. Okay, that's that. Does that explain it all? Does that explain it? That's how it happened. What was that? Into eternity. What is eternity? Where all is one. There crept a tiny, crazy idea that we forgot to laugh at.
Where are you? What?
I am where it says into eternity, where all is one. There crept a tiny, mad idea.
What paragraph?
Number 6 on page.
Six.
Number 6 on 586.
Six. It starts with, let us return the dream.
Right.
Yes.
Right, next couple of sentences.
So would you interpret this? I mean, this is what I interpret the Big Bang to be.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It
The
makes
world of time
sense that
expansion.
the beginning of the ego world would be a big old bang. You know, not something gentle, but something explosive. You know how the ego loves things that explode. So it makes sense that the ego world, the ego dream would begin with an explosion, the Big Bang, if that's indeed even what happened. Okay, so this is how, remember it says once you look at how the dream began, then you will begin to be able to see how freaking ridiculous it really is. Okay, when you see how it began, then you can take the dream back to you, the dreamer, by laughing. Okay, so it says, because remember, how did this bad dream start? Well, we forgot to laugh at a joke. That's how it all started. We forgot to laugh at a joke. Something that was ridiculous, something that was crazy, something that was insane, impossible. A joke. And we forgot to laugh. Wow. That's how it occurred. Interesting. Now, interesting bedtime story.
I was just
Now, little boy and girl, I'm going to tell you how the world began. Are ready? It's really funny. If you don't laugh, you didn't get it. If you're not laughing, you aren't getting it. The Course in Miracles says, how will the world end? Well, since the world is a place of sorrow, then it's going to have to meet its opposite to end. So how does the world end? In laughter.
happy laughter.
Happy laughter. When do we start laughing at this bad joke, this bad dream? When you see that it's your dream. When you see you made it up and it didn't make you up. When you see you dreamed it up instead of the other way around. And same thing with everything you're going through right now that doesn't feel joyful and peaceful. It ends when you laugh, remembering that you were the one who made it up and it never was even true. You're the one who thought that was true and then acted like it was and then thought you were at the mercy of it. It ends when you get the joke that you played on yourself. That's when it ends. That's when the world ends, and that's when your problems end. Okay. Now, that's how it happened. And it says this, in your forgetting to laugh, did this nightmare dream where the body is real and you are the victim at the mercy of the body, only then, in your forgetting to laugh, did that thought become a serious idea and possible of both accomplishment and real effects. That's how it happened. But together, we can laugh them both away. Which means together we can understand that time cannot intrude upon eternity. It's a joke to think that time can come to circumvent eternity. What is eternity? That means there is no time. Wow. Notice it said together. So do you ever notice that when you're by yourself and you're contemplating your problems, it's not really funny. It's really serious. But when you get together with your best friend and she starts telling you about her, the way she did it, and then you hear another friend, they start telling you about how they did it, what happens? You all start laughing about your problems. You're like, oh, you too? All right, you too? Oh my God, okay, well, all right, obviously, that's, yeah. So, together we can laugh them both away and see the joke. What's the joke? The joke that all this meaningless physical this or that has the power to keep what's eternal and real away. You know, like this little problem, this little financial problem has the power to keep all of the abundance that's eternal away from you forever. Okay, that's a joke. Together, we see the joke and can laugh it away. Everybody, that's why support groups work to help people survive things that are called terminal. Because you get together, you start talking about it, you start laughing about it. And when you start laughing at it, that's when you are free from it. All right. Yes.
So is the joke, like what he was saying, that we are separate?
Yes.
That's what there is, or am I confusing that?
Yes. It says the joke is that the idea that your physical problem, something about the body, has the ability to keep out and away from you that which is eternal and everywhere. It's like saying, oh, this person, they left me, they took their body and they left me, and now I have no love forevermore. Oh, wow. So you're telling me that this physical body that's extremely temporary, doesn't even last beyond 100 years, has the ability to keep love, which is eternal and everywhere, away from you forever. Is that what you're saying? Now, when I say that back to somebody, they're like, then they get the joke. They get the joke that when they weren't getting the joke and they weren't laughing at it, they were, I'm so upset, I'm going to throw up. So that's what the joke is. All right. So, together we can laugh it away. Now, okay, we got 15 minutes. I'm going to take a second. I may just skip ahead. Such a long section. I was so hoping maybe I could get through it, but no. All right. Now, okay, great. So, and then I'm gonna go skip ahead to where it says in gentle laughter. So I'm skipping ahead a couple paragraphs. In gentle laughter, does the Holy Spirit perceive the cause and looks not to the effects? How could How else could spirit correct your error except in gentle laughter? Because spirit has overlooked the cause entirely. And so your higher mind, your spirit, higher mind, bids you bring each terrible effect to spirit, that you may look with spirit together on the foolish cause of your problem and laugh with spirit a while. You're judging the effects, but spirit has judged their cause. And by spirit's judgment are effects removed. Perhaps you come in tears, but then hear your higher mind, spirit say, oh, my brother, innocent child of God, behold your idle dream in which this could even occur. And then, once you hear your higher mind, your spirit self say that to you, then you will leave that holy instant with your laughter and your brothers and sisters joined with spirits. Isn't that beautiful? So you bring each terrible effect. Look at it, they love me, they hurt me, I'm dying, I'm sick. And you bring it to spirit, and spirit goes, oh, behold the idle dream. Behold the silly dream in which you think this can even occur, that you could die or be left or be without. Look at this, it's a silly dream. Look at this silly dream in which you even dreamed that could occur, that you could die or be left or be without something. And then it says, you will leave that holy instant with your laughter and your brothers and sisters with you. That's how your higher mind, that's how spirit corrects all the terrible effects that you think are happening to you, that you have not laughed at yet, right? That's how spirit does it. Isn't that beautiful? I go, oh, look, spirit, it's broken. I'm broken. I don't have enough, and I'll never be enough if they love me. But it's really, aww. Behold, oh, perfect, innocent little child of God, behold your silly dream in which that could even occur, that you could be broken or left or abandoned or without. And then you will laugh. You'll leave that instant in laughter, and all those effects will be undone. It says this, the secret of salvation, which means freedom. Freedom from whatever you feel limited by. Freedom from whatever you're upset about. The secret of freedom from whatever you feel limited by is this, but this, that you are doing this unto yourself. No matter what the form of the attack, this still is true. You are doing it unto yourself. Whoever takes the role of enemy and of attacker, this is still the truth. Whatever seems to be the cause of any pain and suffering you feel, it's still true. You're doing it to yourself. Because would you not react, you would not react at all to figures in a dream you knew that you were dreaming. Let those figures in your dream be as hateful and as vicious as they may. Those figures in your dream, those folks could have no effect on you unless you fail to recognize that this is your dream. And this single lesson learned will set you free from suffering, whatever form it takes. You hear that? This idea will set you free from suffering, whatever form it takes. This is the secret of freedom from whatever seems to hurt you, that you're suffering from. No matter how vicious and hateful the figures in your dream seem to be, you're doing it to yourself. You are doing it to yourself. And they could have no effect on you, no matter how vicious and hateful they are. They could have no effect on you if you recognize that it is your dream and they are but a figure in your dream that you are dreaming. Wow. The secret of salvation. The secret of freedom. Everybody take a breath on that one. Woo!
It's hard to remember that all the time.
Yeah, indeed. You know why? Because the whole world that we've made is trying to teach us the lesson that the body made us. In other words, not that we made it up and we made it do da-da-da-da-da-da, but that the body is the cause and we are the effect. That's the whole purpose, remember, of the body and the ego, the physical world. So nowhere in the world you will hear that. The world will never, ever, ever in a million years teach you that. You will not turn on the news and hear that. You will not open a newspaper and hear that. You're not going to open up a magazine and hear that. You're not going to hear it on the radio.
You're going to hear it in Anna's class.
But you are going to hear it in my class. And that's why that's why there's only 10. Yeah. As you can see, it's not a very popular idea here on Earth yet.
We're not even the 12 disciples.
I know, exactly.
You know,
You can't even have form.
There's so much power in that,
Yes.
because we created it.
Yes.
So it's like,
It's
you know, the thought or the idea
exactly.
led to the creation.
Exactly.
So a thought created it, a thought can change it.
That's
So there's a lot of power
it's all the
if you
power.
grasp, you know, you did it, so
It's
I can change it.
is the only source
I like
of real change and real power that you will ever experience here. And it's the only way to be here on earth in a body and not feel like a helpless victim of what is happening around you. And if you don't believe this, then the best you can experience is the world happening to you, and the best you can do is hope that it turns out okay. How depressing.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Well, then are you saying that the spirit doesn't reside within us, but that the body resides within the spirit?
Exactly. The body resides within our mind. And the body is our effect, the effect of our mind. It's doing what our mind tells it to do, period. But the whole world, the whole physical world's been trying to teach us, no, the body's the cause, and you're the effect. And whatever the body tells you to do, that you gotta do it. Whatever the body tells you to feel, you gotta feel. And whatever happens to the body, that's what happens to you. You know, you don't have a say. That's the one lesson that the body was made to teach, and that's the one lesson that the physical world is trying to teach us. Us who made it. Now, last paragraph, and then we're done for the evening. So, your higher mind, the spirit of truth in your mind is going to repeat this one inclusive lesson of deliverance until this lesson has been learned, regardless of the form of suffering that brings you pain. Your higher mind's going to be telling you the same thing over and over and over and over and over, same lesson to whatever form of suffering, whatever form of pain you bring. Whatever hurt you bring to spirit, spirit's going to answer with this very simple truth. Because this one answer takes away the cause of every form of sorrow and every form of pain. And the form of your pain and your sorrow doesn't affect Spirit's answer, not at all. And Spirit would teach you only the single cause of all your suffering and sorrow, no matter what their form. And you will understand that miracles reflect the simple statement, I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. One answer, one simple answer that will undo the cause of all your suffering and sorrow, no matter what form it takes. The one answer your higher mind is going to give you to everything that you bring to it. Bring then all forms of suffering to your higher mind spirit who knows that every one of your suffering and sorrows is just like the rest of your sufferings and sorrows. Your higher mind sees no differences where none exist, and Spirit in your mind will teach you how each one of your suffering and sorrows is caused. None of your suffering or sorrow has a different cause from all the rest, and all of them are easily undone by but a single lesson truly learned. It is this I have done, it is this I would undo. I am doing this unto myself. Now, then it says, the salvation, which means freedom, is a secret that you just kept from yourself. It's because it's no secret to the universe. The universe proclaims that truth is so. The whole universe proclaims that truth. So it's only a secret you've been keeping from yourself. Yet to the universe's witnesses, you pay no heed at all, because the universe's witness attests the thing you don't want to know. And so the universe seems to keep its secret from you. Yet you need but learn that you choose but not to listen and not to see all the witnesses the universe is showing you to this truth. How differently will you perceive the world when you recognize this? I have done this unto myself. It is this I have done. It is this I would undo. How differently will the world look to you when you recognize this? And when you forgive the world your guilt, you will be free of guilt. The world's innocence does not demand your guilt, nor does your guiltlessness rest on the world's sins. All right. Everybody take a breath. Woo-wee. Okay. So, that's kind of practical, don't you think? Yes.
I'm just sitting here listening to you read these paragraphs, and it sounds like a really fancy description of forgiveness.
That's exactly it.
And this is where I think the metaphysics helps course students, if you understand.
Yes.
You know, how we got here, why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it always boils down to that one thing that we can do to get back. Which
That's
is
exactly.
forgive.
Exactly. And in this case, you're exactly right. Notice the last sentence I read speaks of when you forgive the world your guilt, you will be free of it. Well, this is how you forgive the world your guilt. You realize that, oh, I did this unto myself. Whatever seems to be happening to me, I did it to myself. Whatever is happening to me, I did it to myself. Well, that's forgiveness. Because what is the grievance? You did it to me. You did it to me. Look what you did to me. That's what a grievance is. Look what you're doing to me. If you were different, I'd be happy. If this were different, I'd be happy. Forgiveness all is the belief that you're not doing it.
And there's nothing that's happening. There's not an attack.
Exactly. Truly, if you're doing it to yourself, where's the attack? Right. If you're doing it unto yourself, then where's the attack and where's the grievance? And so when you realize that whatever you're going through, you did it to yourself, and you bring that, you let the Spirit teach you that. Every time you feel hurt, or you're suffering, or you have sorrow, then you have forgiven the world. Saying, I did this unto myself is the same as saying, I forgive the world. Yes.
So then you don't really have to know why you did it to yourself, because that's where I'm hitting the wall.
Right, yes.
That's
yes.
Why did I do this to
Yes.
myself? But is this saying you don't need to know why?
Exactly. You know, it said earlier, it said,
Or is it the separation thing?
remember it said when it was talking about how the world began, it was a crazy, mad idea that you forgot to laugh at. You don't remember a time when you weren't attacking yourself. So it said why. You decided to attack yourself. And that's all you need. That's all you need. I did it to myself. Why? Because remember, I forgot to laugh at a crazy idea. That's why. And when you forgot to laugh at that crazy idea, you turned it into an attack on yourself. Believing that crazy idea was an attack on yourself. And you don't even need to know that much. All you need to know is I did it unto myself. That's how powerful I am, and that's how crazy I am. And that's all you need to know. It didn't say you have to understand why you want to attack yourself. Here's why you want to attack yourself. Crazy. Next question. Oh, that's...
But Anna, I would go back to this idea of guilt. I mean, this helped me a long time ago. The first Course in Miracles group I got into, people kept talking about, oh, you know, you feel guilty. And I'm like, I don't feel guilty.
Right.
What are you all talking about?
I don't feel
You're
guilty.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm
But
perfect.
the more I thought about it
Yeah,
and meditated with
yes.
it and stuck with this,
Yeah.
I feel
Absolutely.
damn guilty, and I'm constantly projecting it.
Yes.
And when I project it, then it reinforces the guilt.
Exactly.
This is where the forgiveness comes in.
How can you not feel guilty when all day long you're like, look what you did to me. Look what you did to me, world. Look what you did to me, banker. Look what you did to me, friend. Look what you did to me. Look what you did to me. How can you like go at the end of the day, reach back and go, I feel so innocent.
Yeah.
You know, you've been attacking all day. When you're telling the world, when you're showing the world what it did to hurt you, you're attacking all day long. And then you come home and you don't feel, refreshed, wonderful. You feel exhausted. And you feel afraid. And you feel paranoid. And you lock your doors. And you lock all your windows because you've been attacking all day. And so when you attack all day, you don't go home and feel like, I feel so safe and protected by the universe. You go home and you feel exhausted and paranoid. So you don't need to know, even though it did tell you.
That you forgot to laugh.
Yes, you forgot to laugh at the insane idea, and you became insane, and you attacked yourself. That's all you need to know. Yes.
So on a practical level, say, I worked really hard for something and it didn't manifest, and I felt disappointed and that I wasted my time and I was lied to or
Yes.
whatever the circumstances
Yes.
are.
Whatever
And
your
so-
sorrow or pain is.
Right, and so the appropriate way, according to the Course in Miracles, is to not have a grievance and to know that the world is neutral and that, what? Because I'm pissed.
Okay, listen. It told you exactly what to do. And it said that there's
I'm
one
responsible.
answer that your higher mind is going to give you to say to yourself every single time you feel abandoned, betrayed, hurt, used, attacked, and all the other synonyms.
I have done this.
It is this I have done, it is this I would undo. I have done this unto myself. And it also told you what Spirit's answer is going to be every time you come and go, wah, 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 wah. Every time you come to Spirit with your wah, wah, wah. Spirit's going to say, oh, dear innocent child of God, look at your silly dream in which this could even occur. Look at the dream you're having in which it could even occur, that you could be hurt or abandoned or, that you could be hurt or abandoned or without something that you need or that you could die. Yes.
So recently something happened where normally I think it would be something that I would get upset about.
Mm-hmm.
And my first initial visceral reaction was not to get upset. Like I was calm. And I was like, to myself, like, this is really interesting. And then it was like, the thought was like, you better get upset about this. If you don't get upset about this.
So you got upset because you weren't upset.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, it was like you better get upset about this
Yeah.
because this is something you should get upset about.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be calm. You shouldn't be like
Yeah.
okay with this. Like it was really weird. Like it was
How's
like how
anything
you
going to
said
get accomplished
earlier.
if you don't get upset?
Like how you said earlier, like it's hard for us to remember
Yes,
to like and
exactly.
stuff
Yes.
because the world's constantly teaching us. Oh, you better react like this. Oh, that's something that you should get mad about.
That's
Oh, that's something that you need to like.
Exactly.
about.
Exactly what you were saying. That we don't remember a time when we would have just laughed at the idea that something could happen here that could defile our innocence and sinlessness in any way, shape, or form. We don't remember that. But it sounds like you did have a glimpse where you
Amazing, right?
remembered,
I
like,
had a glimpse.
oh, this doesn't change anything. It doesn't change
This
anything.
doesn't
I'm
change.
still who I am as God created me, and everybody around me is still as God created them.
But then it was like thinking about, well, what will other people think?
Exactly.
What will the world think if you didn't get upset about this?
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
In the middle of reading, it said the secret to salvation, and it follows back on like what you're saying. Because my first thought was, well, who made it a secret to begin with? This is bullshit. I don't want to be here. I'm tired of being in this stupid place. Why was it a secret? And then the last sentence after the sentence you finished reading said, the secret that you have only kept from yourself.
It says salvation is a secret that you have kept but from yourself.
Yeah.
The
So you
universe
did that
knows
to
it.
yourself too, the secret.
The universe knows it, and the universe not only knows it, but has been every day and every moment going, you powerful, you did it unto yourself. You're innocent. You could experience something else. You're powerful. You did this
It's
unto
not
yourself.
a secret.
You can choose it. The universe has been showing you witness after witness after witness after witness, but it said, but you chose not to hear it, and you chose not to see those witnesses.
And make
That
a
was
secret. to
your
yourself.
choice. In other words, you kept that secret only from yourself.
Right.
The universe wouldn't keep that secret from you. The universe doesn't keep secrets. There are no secrets in the universe. God doesn't have any secrets. God isn't like, that knowledge is for me. And if you eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge, I will kill you. After I kick you out of the garden. Oh my God, who does that sound like?
Ego.
That sounds like me. You took something of mine? Ooh, get out of here. Right? That's, the universe doesn't keep secrets. God doesn't have secrets. All of the truth about your power and your worth and your eternal nature is obvious. It's just obvious. The universe is always telling you that and showing you that. But you didn't want to see and you didn't want to hear it. Because you wanted to continue to be the helpless victim of the physical world. So that you could be right about why you're angry. All right, I've said no to all of heaven. Yay! Just so I could be angry and be right about my anger. All right, now, you see the joke? Okay, was that a good deal you made with yourself? So, there's going to come a time where we are going to laugh. We're going to see what the ego is trying to convince us to believe, and we're going to see that it is insane and it's a funny joke. And then we will laugh, and then poof, the ego's gone. How does the ego end? How does the world end? In laughter. That means when we together get the joke. Don't forget it said together. There's an important part. It says together we will look at the joke and we will laugh it away together. Okay, beautiful. Now, thank you for staying here. We're 15 minutes over. If you need to leave, you're innocent. But now we're going to do the financial expression of appreciation and also announcements. All right. And Greg, will you check to see if my camera's even still on? I'm doing one of these classes where would you be willing to check to see if if it's still on? Mm-hmm. This is one of those classes where it would have been off like an hour ago.
Yeah. And I've been watching on my phone.
Oh, you were legitimate. Thank you. Thank you, Greg, for helping. All right. So, all right. Thank you guys for sharing your energy and watching with us through Facebook. Thank you for joining this healing circle that we create every time we come together to hear these healing ideas so that we can accept our own healing and extend it to the world that needs it. So thank you for making this healing circle stronger, meaning more powerful to attract more tortured minds to this loving, healing truth. Thank you. Awesome. Now, all of my classes right now you can find on Facebook. You just go to my Facebook page and then scroll through and you'll see my classes and readings and things like that. Soon it will all be on YouTube also. I have readings where I read the course. I just read the course to music. Those are all on YouTube and Facebook. If you need some support where you can just listen to the course because you're too insane to open up a book or come to a class, which happens. Have you ever opened up the course book and you go, and like the words are going like this, and even when you put on your glasses, you still couldn't see what it said? Or so insane you can't even open the book. Those are the times where you can go to YouTube and you can just listen to the truth. Okay, that's good too, because just by the act of listening to something more loving, it is automatically replacing the angry, fearful ideas that you are giving to yourself, the attack thoughts you're giving to yourself. So if you can't read, go to YouTube and just listen to it, okay? And also I do a Wednesday evening live stream on Facebook. So every Wednesday, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Mountain Mountain Time, I'm reading from the latest edition of A Course in Miracles, which I think is the most original version. It's called the Complete and Annotated Edition. And it's way, 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 way far out. I mean, it's
You weren't there last Wednesday.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. I was doing an internal class last
Okay.
Wednesday. So that when I saw you next, I could bring my healing to you. So, so that book and that class has been like, just out of this world. So if you've been studying the Course in Miracles for a long time and you would love to hear it in a totally new depth, things you never heard in it, then that'd be a great class. And you don't have to watch it on Wednesday. You can go to my Facebook page and just find it. All right. So yes,
Excuse me, how would I find you on YouTube?
on YouTube, just go to YouTube and put my name in.
Okay.
I have a channel, and then you just hit subscribe, and then every time I post something on YouTube, it sends you a notice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'd like to try that.
Right on.
You want to
I'll
start
show you.
channeling?
It's like a
Oh,
little
wait, okay.
search.
What'd
Looks
you
like
say?
an hourglass.
That'd be great, because I'd like to hear, do that.
Yeah,
I'm really relaxed. and-
exactly. I mean, when I'm insane, I listen to it while I drive. Sometimes my ego attacks me when I'm trying to fall asleep or when I wake up. And so I have my phone right there and I go, boop. I'm like, ego, if you don't get off my back, I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to listen to every single word. And usually I'm asleep in 5 minutes. Ego's like, oh, no. Okay, you go to sleep. I'll leave you alone. Really, I have said that where I'm like, ego, if you don't get off my back, I'm telling you, I'm going to listen to every single word. And then I'm asleep like that. I don't even remember the first paragraph. So that is available on YouTube and on Facebook. So also don't forget to check out my website, annakujawa.com, to learn about my holistic counseling practice, Miracle Psychotherapeutics. So where if you need some one-on-one support in applying these ideas, then I'm available for that. So, all right. Okay, thanks for joining us, you brave soul. Of all the classes for you to come to the first one, wow. Dude, you're still here. I'm impressed. All right, so now we're going to do the integration meditation. And I end all my classes with this, and I put on some music, and we just take the ideas and we use them. We apply them to something in our life so that we walk out of here having used them, used the ideas. It's their use that will show you that they're true, not how pretty they are, or not so pretty if you're talking about tonight's section. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes and take a breath. All right, and just breathe. And first, just take note of how it feels to have heard these ideas. And then take note of how it feels to have heard these ideas in this healing circle, this circle of forgiveness that we create whenever we join to hear these ideas together. How does it feel to hear these ideas in a healing circle? A healing circle that is global. How do you feel in your mind, your body, your spirit, your emotional body? What does the truth feel like inside of you when you hear it? And breathe. Beautiful. Now, what I want you to do now is I want you to bring to your awareness is something that you've been experiencing suffering or sorrow or grief or a grievance around, or all four. I want you to bring that to your awareness. And take note of Now just take note of your story that you've been telling yourself about why you were feeling that suffering, sorrow, or grief. So just, a couple lines. Yeah, they did that to me, and they were different, I'd be happy, and they always do that to me, and that's how the world is, or whatever. What is your story about why you are suffering or sorrowful? And take a breath. And now we are going to do what Course in Miracles told us to do differently about this. So the first thing it told us to do was bring it to the Spirit within us, the Spirit of truth, the Spirit of healing within us. And so go ahead and bring it to your higher mind, your higher self, and go, this is my suffering and sorrow. This is how it feels, and this is what's happening to me. This is why I'm upset. This is why I'm hurt. This is why I'm angry. This is why I'm broke. This is why I'm sick. And I want you to, in your mind's eye, go, here, Spirit, here, higher self. You said to bring it to you. So here it is. Please look upon this. Please look upon this for me. Please judge this for me, Spirit. Spirit, help me to not look upon this as a sign of sin. Help me to not use this destructively, but, oh, higher mind, please teach me how to see this correctly, that I may stop using it to hurt me. And then listen as your higher mind tells you the truth about it. Listen to your higher mind's compassion and mercy. Listen to your higher mind tell you you did it to yourself, and it was just a mistake, and you are innocent. But what you believe is not so. And feel the relief, feel the healing of that truth, of that answer. Now you are going to speak the truth upon what you were suffering over, what you were sorrowful about. And so I want you to say, or speak over this problem, saying, it is this I have done, it is this I would undo. I have done this unto myself. And then tell yourself, and it was just a mistake. Mistakes are not sins. Mistakes are for correction. And I ask for the correction of whatever beliefs had me believing that this is what I wanted to do to myself. I did this unto myself, and it was just a mistake. Mistakes are not sins. This mistake is for correction. And I am still innocent. And I still am exactly as love created me. And for just a moment, see if you can remember yourself as you were created by love, by God. I am as God created me. remain exactly as God created me. I am still sinless. I am still innocent. I am still only love. I am still perfect. I remain still as love created me. And breathe and feel your real self that is still intact, still complete, still whole, still perfect. And breathe. All right. Beautiful. And that would say amen. Amen. And thank you, God. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys on Facebook for joining us. I appreciate you. See you next time I see you.